Good day, tamers. We're going to do a pre-sale market watch. Is one day till we actually get the full release of this, and you can already see how the market is shaping up. Within a week, it's drastically changed from crazy high prices down to more moderate what I expect the market to be at. Again, pre-release prices, it's a bit awkward on card market because they don't always add alt arts into the system until later, or you have to wait until they add them after Bandai releases the information through Facebook or Twitter. The biggest issue we've had so far is, as I've recorded this, we don't have access to the card list yet, we don't have access to the Q&A, and we don't have access to any Dioratas that we know are coming. So let's jump into it, let's find out what we can find. We've got the Metal Greymon. It doesn't have any alternate forms, it's just a pretty boy. Currently sitting around the 350 mark, then going up to 4s, lots of 4s on the marketplace. Plenty available, it is an SR, so if you are looking to play Blue Flare, you do want to have 4 of these bad boys. Shoutmon V2, market price is currently 30, which is what it's roughly standing around now. These were selling for as high as 50 at one point, but they have come down quite drastically. As you can see here, there's still quite a few available on the market for this price. So if you are looking to play Shoutmon in its glorious form, you can do. If you aren't worrying about playing it, it's full potential. You can just play the regular SR, which is roughly around the £4.50 to £5 mark, which again, probably more in keeping with what you're going to see here, at least for the next few weeks when everything gets released, and then you'll probably see an uptick towards the start of EX3 maybe, when people are starting to sell to try and get their money ready for EX3. BT10 having one of the 2 exclusive European alt arts looks fantastic. If I don't say so myself, big fan of BT10 right at the moment. But these are going around for the 25 mark, which I've seen a little bit cheaper on Facebook marketplaces. But if you are looking here on card market, this is kind of roughly what we're paying, 25 to 26 mark at the moment. Again, this is technically pre-release prices, so do expect these to fluctuate a little bit. I do think they're going to be more common than people thought originally. Obviously, having 2 extra alt arts to a set does kind of make boxes wonky now, so these could travel up or down depending on how good the deck gets. Personally, I'm not too sure how good this card is in the BLZ deck, but I do like this deck. I do like BT10, so I do want to see how it plays. Also, having the end of attack, you gain memory for every 10 cards in your trash, which is really good. So, nice play when you want to just throw yourself into a blast mode. If you want to play something else, they do have the pre-release rares, which are a lot cheaper in comparison. You are saving yourself nearly £20. And then you go into the normals, which are just rares. Sorry, they're just uncommons, forgive me. And they're pennies on the pound. So, yeah, if you don't care about rarity, you can get yourself the uncommon. If you do care about rarity, you can get yourself the pre-release, which is always nice for you. And if you just want to go full out, you get yourself the beautiful alt art on the uncommon card, which I think was a really nice touch. This is our second exclusive for the English, which I think is really nice. Currently around about the £20 mark, and starting to slowly go up towards 25. But again, if you want to play this, it is an uncommon card. There is a pre-release version, so if you prefer the normal art, you do have access to this if you want it in foil, and these are around £3.50 to £4, fairly standard. And then Decky Grey 1 standard is, I like it's a rare. It's already in full, don't worry about it, just pay 10p, get yourself a foil one. Alt Art Maiden Mode, as this has been released recently by Bandai, we do actually have the art for this on card market to choose from, and they're currently around about the 22 mark. If you are playing the nice Sakuya Loop deck, this is a really good card to grab for it, especially if you're in alt. Athena, I do deal with them, they're quite good people. There's not too many on the market. These probably will dry out quite quickly because it's a sought after card for a sought after deck currently. If you are playing like the nice option card, security card thing. Sunrise Blaster goes crazy. Brr. But no, I think it's a really good price for this card right now. 20 to 25 is probably where you want to see this card be. And then for those who don't care about alt arts, just want the normal one, you'll look at the same sort of price as the Shoutmon X5, which is currently around about the £4.50 to £5 mark. Maybe going up to £6. It's quite a few on the market for £6, so yeah, get yourself a good one, especially if you try and buy a playset. Do look at the people who are selling in playsets, they do help. It saves you a little bit of money on the old postage. BT10 Altar, a lot of people are after this one. It is a waifu card, so do expect to pay a bit more. Yeah, you're only paying a little bit more, 25, we're going to 30. Yeah, there's not too many left on the actual market now, depending on obviously how many pulled. Again, pre-release prices probably will stay around about the £25 mark for a while, especially if people do want to play the Venus card, because it's a fairly annoying card. But if you prefer the regular, you are looking around about the £3 mark. So yes, the alt art premium tax is real for the waifus. DIgimon. DIgimon does not actually have access to its alt art yet, apparently. So we do just have access to the regular GX, and that's currently around about the £22 mark. I have seen this a bit higher and a bit lower around different marketplaces. So I do think this will probably settle for about 20, and then probably will spike a bit more if it sees a lot of play. I don't think GX actually sees a lot of play currently in any of the decks, as it is kind of a weird Digimon, but it is a fairly good one after all. Just let you just go from a Roll Knight into a GX. But we do have down here an alt art for 40, and that is around the prices I have been seeing. I've been seeing between like 35 and 50, so 40 might be its ideal point for now. Jesmo itself in alternate art is looking around about the £20 mark, so if you are looking to bling out your Jesmon deck, it's fairly good price. We go between 20 and 25. Yeah, so 20 and 25 is what we're currently looking at. It's a nice card. We probably will see it hit probably 15 and then maybe go up to 25. But again, if you're not caring about the blinginess, jump yourself in at the normal art, which normal art is fairly fine, just the extra daggers and more spinning legs. Looking £3 to £5. Yeah, quite a few around about 450 mark, so you won't go too wrong there. Systemon Alt Art is currently sitting around about the £20 to £25 mark for now. Again, this is one of the awkward ones where she probably will sell out because she is a waifu, unfortunately. But she's also quite a good card. I think you only play one of her in the deck though, so this is possibly what's keeping some of these prices a little bit lower, because they know you don't need to have multiple of them. And then as well as that, if you don't care for the alt art, you do get a chance to have the standard art, which is fairly nice. At 42 on a rare? Damn, son. So apparently these are expensive. Alright then, this is your money card if you get loads of these in your boxes. And then apparently that was the pre-release, just didn't say pre-release on it. Did it say pre-release? It doesn't say pre-release. But just say promos there, so yeah, this is the pre-release one, so that's probably why this is so expensive. So say this is a really expensive rare. Especially if it's a common, but no, it's a rare. It's a common. It's a rare. It's a rare. But yeah, there you go. 20p for rares. That's better. Jesus Christ. We got the Ganku X antibody looking all manly over here. Prices are currently dipping, but yeah, you're looking probably around about the £15 to £20 mark. Quite a few there. But this handsome gentleman. This is one of the cards I actually am looking forward to pulling if I get lucky. As look at him. Who doesn't want the Chad? But if you don't care about that Chad and you want the usual standard, you're looking around the £3.50 to £5 mark again. This does seem to be the kind of the fluctuation with this set. I don't think we've had any SRs that are more than like £5 so far. Whereas when we did have BT8 and BT9, we did have a few that were already £8 to £10 on pre-release and then didn't change. Kind of wise, if you do like the alt art, it's nice and sparkly. You're looking around the £15 to £20 mark. I have seen these going around about 20 currently on Facebook markets. So depending on where you live, it might be better to buy that, depending on shipping. But if you don't care really about that, because you want more of the grimacing looking one, you do have a nice pre-release here that you're getting for around about the £3.50 to £5 mark. But this does go up to 9 very fast, so it's up to you depending on how you like it. And then if you just like the regular art, don't care about the stamp, it's still a rare. So you do get to have that at 5p, and then it goes up to 20 quite quickly. But yeah, it's a fairly cheap card if you want to just grab these where you can. Well, they're still stupid cheap. Agumon, again, not that expensive. I've seen these going for 10 already on Facebook. These are have already basically hit rock bottom from what I can tell. And yeah, just if you pull one, I feel sorry for you. If you find one, get one for as cheap as possible. Pre-release, if you prefer him being a cheeky chappy, these are fairly cheap. There you go. And then if you want just the regular art, which is also a rare anyway, get this, pennies on the dollar, as they would say. And then Shouty Boy. Shouty Boy does have a listing there for the alt art, but his price has literally plummeted as fast as it can. It's gone from being a £50 card like last week to being a £10 card this week, and that's I think what people have settled on. But there are a few alt arts here. £22 for an alt art, £22, 20. Yeah, so yeah, people are not happy with this. They are just trying to get rid of the alts and this as quick as possible. It's not really a massive card in the deck. People do use it currently, but I think once we get to BT11, we do change that out for Shatmon, Omni Shatmon. Which is probably why people are worried about this card just being a rock in a sock. But I do think this is going to be a good card. But that's it today for Market Watch. Hope you guys enjoyed this pre-release sales. I did miss a couple of things out here. We can have a quick look at the extras before we go though, just to make sure that I didn't miss anything too important. Singles. Sparrowmon alt. How much are these going for? this is probably one of the big ones people want. There you go, 22. Not many on sale, so it could be a chance that they've already sold. Unfortunately, there's no chart for it. What's this one here? And then you're super cheap. And then your pre-release is, I'd say probably a 5, like the rest of them have been. Yeah, oh, 250 to 4. There's not so bad. And then what else we have access to? Dark Knightmon and Dark Knightmon. Dark Knightmon over here. You're looking at the super cheap mark. Right, don't pull these in your boxes, guys. But then the alt art sits at roughly 27. Yeah, okay. So it's got a decent alt art price for comparison, but its standard is just trash for some strange reason. And I have a Train Lift checking it free. Fairly good price, because obviously she doesn't really do much right now, but she will spike your price when the loot gets better. And then we've got the alts down here. Maybe under this. Alt art for 30, alt art for 36. Maybe, I think that's really expensive. The alt art isn't amazing, but I just know how people work. Here we go, got Bloomlord going for like freeze. They have an alt art for 25, to 27, 27, 27. I've seen these going for like 17 and 15 already on Facebook, so if you're in the UK, probably best to grab it from there. That does seem quite high, but then again, the alt arts could have already been sold, and these are what's just left over. Then you've got the big boy himself. Personally speaking, I prefer this art. I think this art looks fantastic. Look how scary and just, you know, menacing this guy looks. And their pennies. The reason why they're pennies is because you only really want to run it in like 2 decks, and that's Black Hole Raymond and Guru, because you can swap out the X antibody for this one, and this guy's scarier. And then, how much is the ults? It all looks nice, it's just not as like menacing. And the alt arts are going for like 17. Yeah, probably one of these worth like pick it up, put it in your binder. Looks pretty. Oh, alright, and that's it for today, guys. Thank you for being here. See you guys next time. Might do a market watch next week just to sort of see how the market has fallen or risen, as I do think some cards are going to go up and down. Like Bloomlord, I think will probably go up because that is such a powerful deck, and especially if we are only weeks away from EX3 as well. So, see you guys soon. Goodbye.